teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. On play action, now Rodgers. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Doubs, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Packers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Packers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Fields. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Romeo Doubs. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Fields throw here into the hands of Jones. He's got room at the 30. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Chicago! Velus Jones, 59 yards. And the Bears are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Santos with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter, as that's a first down. Now Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. No gain on the screen there at second down. The Packers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Rodgers to throw once more. He's going to let this one go deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here comes Pettis on the return. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Fields. Man open, that's Byron Pringle complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Now it's Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Back to throw. Fields. A slant to Jones. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. From the gun, here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. They'll run with Montgomery. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears are an extra point away from drawing level. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Jones. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Sliding out of the pocket. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception. Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. A handoff for Herbert. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, stand ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10, 5, and into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
A free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, oh, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
Extra point try now for Crosby. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Darnell Mooney, the target there. And it's third down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Got an open man. It's Pringle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That third down conversion good for 23.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
first down. Here's the run with Montgomery. Rashawn Gary, the man to bring him down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw taken in by Pringle. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. Touchdown. Byron Pringle. 27 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Santos with the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose, and this is picked up by the Bears. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. On second down, Montgomery. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 65 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
That's complete right side to Kmet. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Well, you have to be aware defensively that you've got 2 goals because obviously you're trying to prevent the touchdown, but you're also trying to keep it from getting a first down as well. That time they weren't up to the task, and it's 1st and goal.
They'll run for it with Montgomery. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Corey Blasingame, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. On play action, Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's Rodgers. Going deep downfield for Ross. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Ran it last time. Now Fields to throw. Buying time to his left. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. A final shot before the break. Fields. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
Fields throw complete here to Kmet. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The credit Chris Barnes rushing in there and hitting him for a loss.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. On play action, Fields. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
The duo of Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon split the work in Green Bay last season. Jones was still his excellent self with almost 1,400 all-purpose yards and 10 touchdowns. He even moved into the all-time top 5 for the Pack in rushing. No small feat with that franchise's history.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
Credit the tackle for loss to Robert Quinn.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rodgers, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
He finds Ross right side. It's complete. Calling a gain of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. The kick by Crosby is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, our field goal is going to be enough because, as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, just kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw is Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. Only able to gain a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, it's just...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Packers pick it up. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. A give. This is Montgomery. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he's taken down inside the 30. 93 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
So a big one coming now for Cairo Santos. This will get the lead up to 7. Santos' kick is up and through, and that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Out route, he finds his man. It's Jones. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Fields now to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Check the backer, check the backer. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Come
Now Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running left, Montgomery. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Rasul Douglas there to get him down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive will take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. And off comes to Montgomery. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
One final try now for Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like